Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Swift Sport 584. I'm going to run you through how to essentially set up the caravan and operate the basic essentials for the caravan. So we'll start at the front here. We are using our test equipment today. Stuff like your battery I will fit on after this video. At the front you do have your jockey wheel here. Your jockey wheel is used to level the caravan, and then 2 points on the side and then 2 points at the back. You have these little cutouts here for where your leg winder, which is inside the caravan as well, to put the legs up and down. Now when you're in transit you obviously need your legs up, and when you get to site you first level using your jockey wheel and then you stabilize using all four legs. You can also use back too. Just as long as you've got some legs down, the caravan will be stable, but always try and go for four. So they go down and they go up. Do not attempt to jack up the caravan or level the caravan using the legs. They're strictly just for stabilizing, as you can damage the legs if you attempt to use them for another purpose. So first, level with the jockey wheel, then put all four legs down. As I said, we are using our test equipment today, so we do have a gas bottle here with a gas hose connected on 2 points. So situated in your front locker, you have 2 points here for gas canisters if you wanted to use them. And then just up here, you have your regulator. So your regulator snaps on just in there. You hand tighten it to an extent and then just use a spanner just to finish it off. And then once both sides are connected, twist all the way in the positive direction, and that will feed gas into your caravan. Just on this side here, you have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air into your boiler. You don't have to do anything with the flue except make sure it's clean. There's no debris in this little crack bit there or anything like that. Just as long as it's clean, it will operate. Just here we have an aqua full of fresh drinking water, and then a connection point here. This is your connection point as well. So just remove it for a second. Some of these may curl up. Just make sure that yours is straight, so you just straighten it out. It's got a trigger system here. You've got this plastic bit here which covers that top hole, and you've got this strainer. Your strainer has to sit at the bottom of the barrel to allow the maximum potential of water to get in. Also strains out if there's any bad stuff in the bottom. So kind of awkward doing this with one hand, but that slides in there, and then you've got this to cover up. Slide this up here and you can just push it in. Okay, now you can't remove it unless you use this trigger, so push the trigger in and pull it out and it snaps in just like that. As I said, I haven't fitted your battery yet, but I will do once I finish this video. But just inside here you have your point for your motor mover, which we will go over on the day of collection for the motor mover, and you have your mains connection point here. You do have a little cutout in your battery locker, so you can shut this up and lock it. This just slides in and connects like so. Moving along the caravan, you have these 2 points here. These 2 points here are where your wastewater will come out of, so you will need some 28.5mm waste hose pipes to feed into a waste master. This is where your stuff from your sink and your shower will come out of. So just keep them open. You can shut them up as well for when you're in transit, and have them open with some waste pipes connected. Finally, just at the rear here, you have these 2 points. So this point opens up with just a key. So this is where you will fill your water for your toilet. just get yourself something like a watering can just to fill it in. Makes it a lot easier. You put your water and your pink chemical in here, and it just goes in just like that. Can hold 10 litres of water, and don't overfill it. When you see it begin to come up, just don't fill it up anymore. Similar to like petrol in a car or whatever. Then just down below you have this point here. This point is your cassette for your toilet. So to remove it once it's full, or whenever you want to remove it, press this orange handle up. It slides out just like so. Put this on the floor for a second. So to empty it, awkward to do with one hand, twist this orange head to the side, open up this cap here, just put that cap in there for now. You tilt, and at the same time as tilting, you press the vent button, just like that, and that will empty it out. I do also recommend that once you've done this, at your emptying point on site or wherever it may be, that you swill it out with fresh water, and again, tilt and vent. Then once you've done that, on this cap here, you have some points for measurements now. These measurements are for your blue chemical. You put your blue chemical in here, you have metric and freedom units on that side. Put your blue chemical in here, slot it on just there, twist the cap back on, put that back to the central position, push it back, and it will sit behind these teeth. Then finally, you don't want to have either of these two full whilst you're in transit. So just hidden up here is this little black nozzle. To open this up, just remove the nozzle, and that will drain out the remaining water that's left in there. When I show you how to operate the toilet, there will be no water, so there will be you will hear the sounds of the motor, but you won't see any water because we have already drained that out. That's how to operate everything on the outside. Now I'll show you inside. Right, so I'll just go over this bit first. Underneath your right hand side of your bed, you have these bits here. This is the majority of this is what you need to know from a technician standpoint, but I'm just going to run through what you should need to know. So right here, that is your boiler. You can open that up just like so. You have your trips and fuses just here. All your trips have to be in the upright position, and then you've got your fuses there as well. If you do open this panel up, you do have a little bit more information there. As you can see, you've got all your stuff illuminated here for your charger, heating and hot water and spare. Then you've also got a system shutdown button which you can press, and if you do press that, no, you won't be able to turn the caravan on at all. Just here, this little thing is a battery charger. This just here is your brain box for your motor mover, and then you have some piping there as well. You can hear, I'm not sure how well it picks the top of the video, but you can hear that the boiler is kicking in right now just because I've only had it on for 20 minutes, so it's still heating stuff up. Then just here you have this blue lead with this yellow switch here. This is probably one of the most important bits. This yellow switch has to be in the horizontal position for you to get water into your caravan. When it comes to these winter months and winterization, push that up to the vertical position. That will drain all the water that are currently in those pipes out of the caravan. I will also drain this out once I finish this video, you know, just because of the weather being a little bit unpredictable. But that's all you should need to know for underneath here. But when you are obviously getting set up, make sure that switch is in the horizontal position, as you won't be able to get any water in. Okay, so just above the door you do have these two control panels. This first one here is for bringing in your power and also for your water pump, and you can also view some levels. So as you can see, I've got the power on and also the water pump. You can see that energy is coming into the caravan from a mains lead. To turn it off, you press and hold in power. To turn your water pump on, you press it in once and it gets illuminated green. You do have your leisure battery and your vehicle battery here. When you're connected through your vehicle, the vehicle will be illuminated green and the caravan will be illuminated green. You can check the level of the vehicle battery by either pressing in vehicle battery button there or pressing in the view levels bit there. Leisure battery here, you can also check by pressing in the leisure battery or pressing in view levels. So press that there, you can see that 13.5 volts of energy is coming into the caravan. Just quickly going back to this water pump bit, once you press water pump, go over to one of the taps and check that the taps are running. You may get a few coughs and splutters. It may not be the strongest at the start, however it should be a nice continuous stream. Just see. And as well, there we go. That's a little bit stronger there, as you can see. I recommend about 30 seconds of just running the tap, and then you'll be able to see a nice stronger stream. Just like that. You can also hear it slightly kicking in there as well. So that's for the water pump. You can check on both your sinks and your shower there as well. Then just next to it you have your Truma panel. So it's currently green because it's in sleep mode, so it doesn't disturb you. Press this dial in once and you can see that it does illuminate up. So as I twist through the dial, whatever is jumping there, obviously that one's jumping right now because it's trying to heat itself up, the caravan. So start on this one here, the caravan with the thermometer in. Press it in on the dial. So we'll go from off. This is for your heating inside of the caravan. Your heating comes out of these vents that are scattered throughout the caravan. Just press that in again. So goes back to its most recent memory, goes from off, starts at 5 degrees, and as I turn the dial it goes up, anti-clockwise it goes down, goes all the way up to 30 degrees, whatever heat you want it at, so 25 for example, select that number and then press in and that selects the number, and if I were to go back onto this, press it in, you can see it's on 25. When I want to get out of something, I press this button here and that takes me out. Then just next to it, you have this thermometer in water. This is for your hot water temperature, so you can either have it off, 40 degrees, 60 degrees, or boost. Boost will boost the temperature up to 60 degrees for 15 minutes. So if you just wanted to have a shower or something like that, boost it for 15 minutes, press that in again, and then we'll go back down to 40. But for this, we'll keep it on 40. Next up, we have this canister with the lightning bolts next to it. This is for your power source for your caravan. So it starts at gas, a mixture of gas and 1 kilowatt of electricity, a mixture of gas and 2 kilowatts of electricity, strictly electric with 1 kilowatt, or strictly electric with 2 kilowatts. So we'll keep it on mixture of 2. Arm's getting a little sore there. And then just next to it, you have your fan. Your fan, you can either have eco or high. We'll keep it on eco. Then just quickly continuing on, twisting through, you have this one here at the bottom. This is a timer for when you would like your heating or hot water to come on. It is a 24-hour timer, so you can select the hour and then the minute. Then you have a clock. It is again 24-hour choose first the hour, then turn the dial to choose the minute. Then just here, oops, let me go back. This spanner is for your extra settings. Press that in and you do have some additional settings. You can again choose using the dial to twist through. You've got index, brightness, the language it uses, reset, offset, and a few other bits just there. Not going to go through them bits, but that is essentially how to set it up. Now, for the toilet, it is very, very simple to understand. Once you have done all your manual stuff on the outside, such as filling in the water, you can press this button here, and that is your flush button. So when I press it, you should hear the motor whir, and that shows that the motor is working. Obviously, there's not going to be any water because I haven't put any in. So, well, there's a little bit left over, which I'll drain out anyway. And then just underneath, you have this toggle here. Twist that to the side, and that opens up the catch. Twist that back to the central position, that shuts the catch. So you don't have to actually do much when you're inside. Just, you know, press the button to flush, then open up that catch and put it back to the central position to shut it up. Now for your fridge is very easy to understand. So it's currently off. To turn it on, press and hold in this button here, and it should just flash up. Let me just go again. There we go. Flashes up like that and goes back to its most recent memory. You can see that you've got this icon here, which is on. You've got this icon here, which is mains. That one's gas. That one's 12 volts, so your car battery. This one is for your temperature, and that one is if there's a hazard in the van. So to choose which source you want, we've currently got it on mains. If I wanted to change it to gas, I just turn it back on for a second, then press the gas icon, and I'm not sure how well that picked up on video, but you can hear the gas sort of like tick in, almost like a clock. Just goes like tick, 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 just like that, and that's when you know that the gas is lit and being used inside the fridge. I will just show you this just as an example. Because there's no 12 volt currently attached to the caravan, it is going to beep in. So let me just press that, so we're all back and brightly illuminated. When I press car battery, it will flash in, and you'll see what it's like when there's a hazard. Goes just like that, but we'll just put it back to mains. Now you do have this button here. This is for your temperature, so you can either have it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 being the most powerful, meaning that it will chill quicker. When you are initially traveling, put your caravan fridge on 12 volt, so it can chill whilst it's in transit, as it can take 4 hours for it to be fully chilled. Then when you want to turn it off and you've finished using it, you press and hold in the power button, switches it off, just like so. And that's how to operate your three-way fridge. Now your fridge can either operate off mains, gas or 12 volt. Your microwave can only operate off mains. As well, for the glass plate, it's currently not up there, it's currently stowed just here, as you don't want your glass plate inside the microwave whilst you're travelling. Then this point here, for your hob, grill and oven, minus the electric plate, all operates off gas. So it's very standard to your typical gas cooker. You've got this button here, which if I press in, you can hear the gas ticking in. Now this isn't going to be the best viewing experience, but I'm just going to show you just so you can see that it does all work, so bear with me. Now as you can see, all three burners are on. You've got a nice blue clean continuous flame, and that means everything is operating as it should do. All you have to do is press in this button, press and hold this in and twist it to the side, you've got your maximum and goes slightly down to a minimum. So that's at its lowest, that's at its highest. And when you want to turn it off, back to the central position, back to the central, back to the central. Now, this is the same for the grill here as well. Bear with me again. Now, as you can see, the grill is lit. Again, it's a case of pressing in this button, twisting and pressing in to the side, and you can see nice blue, clean, continuous flame. And again, to turn it off, twist that back to the central. And then the same for the oven. Again, bear with me. As you can see again, twisted and pressed to the side. Differences with this one, as I twist it more to the side, the hotter it will get. Similar to any other type of oven, you know, will take a while for it to fully heat up. And then when you want to turn it off, back to the central. For your electric plate, just twist it to the side. And then this glass plate here, you want it down whilst you're travelling. However, don't put it down until all of these are cold to the touch, as it may shatter the glass. Now that is everything you should need to know on how to operate your caravan. If you do have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. I've been Henry, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.